Every day is another chance to do it all over again.
Get the best of starts on the break of dawn. 32 FM 94.9.
All right, it's great to have you join us. This is the Break of Dawn paper review right here on 32 FM 94.9. It's another Thursday morning, the 3rd of March 2022. We're taking a look at the major headlines out of the papers this morning. My name is Kenny Duritilu.
My name is Dele Adeoju. Thank you so much for staying with us on 94.9, 32 FM, the Fenya station. I have with me the Premium Times newspaper, The Guardian, and the Vanguard newspaper, as well as the Daily Trust newspaper.
I have the Punch newspaper, the Daily Post, and the Nation newspaper. Starting off with the front page of the Punch newspaper this morning. Major caption, invasion, Nigeria, 140 others vote against Russia, Ukraine to get $5.2 billion lifeline. Elsewhere, out of the pages of the Punch newspaper this morning, bring defaulters of election timetable to book. Governorship aspirant urges INEC. Abia NSCDC takes war against illegal refinery to Ukwa West. Reps caucus tackles Umahi over Ebonyi PDP spokesman's detention. Court reinstates Odefa as Ebonyi Deputy Speaker. IPOB carpets Uzodima for denying Ebu Beagu. That's some of the stories you can find out of the Punch newspaper. In the Metro Plus pages, Ogun contractor kills girlfriend, writes wife, commits suicide. Nigerians suffering under reckless misrule of elites. That's according to Jega. Gender bill. No going back, says the National Assembly. Women fume. You can take a look at the front page of the Punch newspaper this morning.
From the Daily Trust newspaper, we have these headlines. How my father confronted Murtala Obasanjo regime over workers' retrenchment, Sanusi. But agree, deep seaport construction starts June 2023. Northern CSOs, others parley on civic space, election credibility. Petrol scarcity to linger as cargoes stranded. Also, Nigerians who join Ukraine's war against Russia won't need visa. And more headlines, Russian crisis. Federal government waives pre-departure COVID-19 protocols for Ukrainian returnees. How my father confronted the military regime over workers' retrenchment, Sanusi. And Nigeria in process of collapsing, says Jega. Pray for killers of bill seeking special status for women. Minister tells Nigerians. More headlines here from the Daily Trust newspaper. We have this, but Agri Deep Seaport took that earlier. A federal government to open airline bid Tuesday, complete airport concession mid-year. Alaafin Oni move to reconcile Tinubu, Aregbe-Shola. And let's see, APC, Buhari rejects moves to drop Adamu as consensus national chair. On the sporting side, Tyson Fury set for retirement in April. Ramadan, suspension of direct flight to Saudi may hinder Nigerian Umrah pilgrims, CSO. 3 lessons for Africa from the Ukraine-Russia crisis and cohabiting with the devil for 2 more decades. Those are headlines from the Daily Trust newspaper.
Out of the Daily Post newspaper this morning, EPL, I'm selling Chelsea. That's according to Abramovich. That's something you might be interested in if you're a Chelsea fan. Do take a look at that one. Elsewhere, Russia-Ukraine war. Buhari approves $8.5 million for evacuation of Nigerians. Bill to amend 2022 budget. Skills second reading in Senate. Talking about education now. ASU strike. Federal government gives update on negotiations. You can take a look at the pages of the Daily Post newspaper for that one. War. We will not assist Ukraine to fight Russia. That's according to, I believe, the president of Hungary. That's also something you might be interested in. Russia, nuclear weapon dangerous, but we can protect ourselves, allies, U.S. boasts. So you'll take a look at some other stories out of the pages of the Daily Post. Ogun 2023, Abiodun is not ready yet. Ex-aide Modele Sharafa joins Guba race. Wabara to chair PDP Lagos Congress appeal panel. To other stories, Kwara Governor Abdul Razak heads 8-member APC zoning committee. Governor Artem endorsed for Senate by local politicians. You can take a look at that and other stories out of the Daily Post.
From the Guardian newspaper, ASU strike, varsity education sinking, stakeholders won. And also economic losses rise as clearing agents NCS fail to reach truce. Nigerian volunteer fighters besiege Ukraine embassy. National Assembly votes for devolution of power, council autonomy. Also, Buhari approves $8.5 million to evacuate 5,000 Nigerians. Witnesses submit 10 exhibits in an AFAS murder case. Our demands from politicians in 2023 by the NLC. Governors plotting to scuttle council's autonomy, Nogi alleges. Nigeria celebrates first COVID-19 vaccine shipment. Others, Oshibajo, Sanwo-Olu Okowa, Fayemi celebrate Adeboye at 80. Why I was sacked as Kano Emir, CBN governor by Sanusi. And let's see just a few more, 2 or 3 more before we move on. On the editorial page of The Guardian, tackle obnoxious abuse, corporal punishment in schools. Those are some of the headlines from The Guardian newspaper.
All right, out of the Nation newspaper this morning, suffering over petrol scarcity lingers. I believe that's an editorial piece that you want to take a look at out of the Nation. Government kicks off process for Kyari's extradition to U.S. Elsewhere, OAE student Adedoyin 6 others in Oshun for trial Thursday. 2 lovers found dead in car. That's also another story you might want to take a look at. Elsewhere, editorial 575 sex workers. That's an editorial piece that you might be interested in. Portable Zazu set to commence road renovation in community. That's the much I can take out of the Nation newspaper this morning.
All right, we have Professor Oluwajedoko on phone already. Prof, good morning, sir.
Yeah, top of the day to you.
How are you? How are you doing today?
Well, I'm fine, thank you, and I'm grateful for all the birthday wishes that came yesterday.
Yes, yesterday you turned 85, right?
No, I'm still under 60, so I classify as a youth.
Okay. All right. All right. Yeah. The first story here I would like us to talk about is it's still about the petrol scarcity. It's still biting so hard, and there is no, there doesn't seem to be any respite in sight at the moment. Petrol scarcity to linger as cargo stranded. There seems to be no end in sight to the biting petrol scarcity across the country, as 4 of the 17 cargoes ordered, by the NNPC, which have arrived, cannot discharge the product, according to Daily Trust. This is happening at a time marketers say they cannot access the product at most of the NNPC depots nationwide. Professor, we are not even sure what is happening about petrol. Before it was adulterated, now it's about some landing issues and all that. People from Lagos say that when you enter into filling stations in Lagos, you buy freely. But here in Oyo State, Oshun, Ekiti, and some other states around, it's hell.
Well, some might suggest that it's a level of incompetence that we thought we had gone past. But you would also ask the question that the Minister of Petroleum is not around. You understand, the substantive minister is on medicals and is still, there's a pretext that he's actually in charge when actually he's not around. So the people at the top that should be running it, you might argue that as a Minister of State, but he's gone a wolf. He's not really functioning the way that we expect him to. The MD of the NNPC, or the chief executive, who should be operationally in charge, is giving excuses. The problem lies in the fact that no one has been called to account, no heads have rolled. And what's the solution? I think it's a supply chain issue. And I think unless we resolve the supply chain, we will continue like this. Secondly, we have the Ukrainian crisis, and that, of course, is contributing. As far as we rely on imports, as far as we are unable to refine our own products here in Nigeria, we will be subject to what's going on around the world. But you must ask the question, how many countries, apart from Nigeria, are actually being affected by this at the moment? Very few. So I think incompetence, it comes back to incompetence again. Let's hope that they will get their act together very soon, because people are suffering, and I think it's quite unbearable, at least in many states across the country.
It's also said that out of the 17 cargoes ordered by the NNPC, 4 had arrived at the Lagos port but could not discharge earlier this week as they were finding the space to berth. Now, should that actually be a reason for Nigerians to suffer for fuel, which we have freely as crude?
No, it shouldn't be. But, first and foremost, we don't anticipate a lot. And people don't anticipate a lot because there are no consequences for ill-judged or misjudged actions. I mean, you would have expected that contingencies would have made, arrangements would have been made once you are doing the importation. But, of course, again, there's no excuse. We've run all our refineries, 4 of them. We've run them aground. The Dangote refinery, which we are relying on, which we expected would have come on board now, is still facing delays. And at the end of the day, that's what you get when you rely on imports, from that point of view. And when you don't plan, and so we haven't planned, there's no contingency. And, of course, the person in charge, you understand, is going through medicals at the moment. And I'm not sure he has formally handed over anything. The argument has always been that he can operate from anywhere in the world. I would have expected that since we're in a crisis, plan arrangements would have been made by the commander-in-chief or the minister, substantive minister of petroleum, to ensure that these things are handed over by somebody substantive and that actions, including heads rolling, are taken. No heads have rolled at the moment, so all these issues revolve around that.
All right, Prof. I want to take your thoughts on the Ukrainian foreign minister. He has asked for foreigners to join the war. And going by reports we have out of the Punch newspaper this morning, we understand that over 100 Nigerians are waiting visas to travel from Nigeria to Ukraine to actually join the war and fight against Russian belligerents. Now, we understand that they have registered, and it's up to the Ukraine embassy to actually, fast track the process and all of that. What do you make of this? A country's at war, and we have our people
able-bodied young people
wanting to go there. What does that say about the situation in the country right now?
Yeah, but Nigeria too is at war. We have a war of poverty. We have a war of insecurity. We have a war of kidnapping. We have a war of corruption. And people have made a choice. They would rather go to Ukraine and die there and fight, rather than stay in Nigeria and still die. I think it's a choice between the rock and the hard place. Unfortunately, that's what we've been reduced to. I think they feel that if they go and fight, they might have the chance of a better life, maybe citizenship, and the Yoruba war Japa might be in operation. I think it's a desperate situation. They're desperate. Nobody does that. No sane person will do that, except he doesn't have any choice. Many of these youths have lost all hope. They don't have a choice. And it's a serious indictment on us, on our generation, on our government, and those of us, who should have made this place a better place. That simply is the problem.
Looking at how Ukraine has been so defensive against the Russian troops, we look at some of the things they have done so far, like taking out some of the Russian troops through drones and all that. If you've been following the videos on internet and on international TV, sometimes you just look at Nigeria and see why we cannot take or wipe out Boko Haram using some modern systems and styles, technology using drones and all that. It only shows us that we are still very backward. We're like 70 years backward.
Well, I don't think it's just a backwardness. I think it's also the lack of political will. We certainly haven't got the political will. We've had access to this equipment. We've voted money for it. You understand? I don't know what has happened to the equipment, but we have them. And we are not really organized. The intelligence we should have, we don't have. Let me put it to you that America predicted, not because they are magicians, not because they are prophets, they predicted that Russia will attack, there will be a full-scale invasion, and it's going to be brutal. How did they get such information? Technology. And if America can get such information as to the movement of those troops, why can't the Nigerian army, why can't the Nigerian government be able to monitor, trail, access, and be able to predict the activities of the bandits and terrorists and the Boko Haram? So I think it's lack of political will, and I think it's our lack of imagination. Nigeria can do it. Nigeria can get rid of the Boko Haram and the terrorists. We just need people with the right political will and the right thinking.
If there is a lack of political will, Professor Jadoko, then why do we waste money on buying equipment, the Keno and some other fighting equipment or fighting their equipment, bringing money out in dollars from our national coffers to buy equipment from America and all that, instead of even, and all these things are just coming down to waste, and people are eating from it, but there is no political will.
Yes. Yes, you made the point. The greatest area of corruption in Nigeria is procurement. Do you know how much in terms of weaponry corruption that has occasioned the purchase of weaponry? There was a man from Niger who was supposed to be in charge of purchases of weapons, and he disappeared. And so each time we
from Niger,
yes, there was a Niger national. And the details are there. I don't remember the name, you understand? And he disappeared. He was supposed to be an intermediary. And he's still wanted by the relevant authorities in Nigeria at the moment. So procurement, is where we have the loophole of corruption mainly. And so people like to purchase all these things or claim to purchase it at astronomical figures. At the end of the day, it doesn't deliver value for money. We've had so many instances, and this is not ASA. If you go to EFCC file, you will see the indications that there's been corruption when it comes to purchase of weaponry. Under this government, does it continue? I'm not in a position to say it continues or not. All I am is to say we haven't necessarily got what we want most of the time. We've got Tucano jets, but beyond that, what of the other equipment? Are we getting them? Are they serviceable? And so political will means that lack of political will means that people do things for the sake of doing it and not because they really want to get up Boko Haram. There are people that thrive in this country on the misery of others. And it seems as even in military hardware, some people are thriving in the midst of incompetence.
All right, Prof, let's have you speak on the Federal Executive Council actually approving $8.5 million for the evacuation of 5,000 Nigerians from Ukraine, Poland, Romania, Hungary, and Slovakia. What are your thoughts on that?
I think it's a lot of money, but I think that basically they're going to charter a lot of flights. If they're going to do charters, then I would understand why it costs that much. But if it's going to be regular airlines, then you'll be asking the question that should it really cost that much? I guess that charter, that's why it costs that much. Is that price too high to pay to save Nigerians? I don't think any price is too high. I think we should have acted before. I am guilty. I'm one of those who was hesitant, thinking that the Russians would never attack Ukraine. But some of us called it wrong. The Nigerian government called it wrong.
So why did you think so? Why did you think the Russians would not, go
because we thought
full force on Ukraine?
Yeah, because we thought that geopolitically it would be suicidal, that ultimately it would be self-defeating, and ultimately, Russia will be isolated, and that the wins from the war will be much more weighed down or outweighed by the economic devastation that is being visited on Russia. So that's why many of us thought that it was just a case of saber rattling, but unfortunately, it's not been so.
So some have said that Putin's his game plan, his strategy is actually just to capture Ukraine. He's not looking at any sort of carnage or actually destroying the whole city, as it were, the whole country, the whole of Ukraine, as it were. Do you agree with that?
No, I don't agree. Have you seen the effect of some of those cruise missiles, some of those oxygen-sucking armaments that have been thrown, that have been deployed to Ukraine? Have you seen some of the buildings in the second largest city, Kharkiv or something? Kharkiv, yeah. Have you seen the Kharkiv, the impact, So I think his own ambition or his own plan is to get Ukraine by any means possible. And if it means leveling Ukraine, as he did in Grozny, as he did in Syria, as he did in Ossetia, which was now part of Russia, he will do it again. So I don't think he has any inhibitions. There's something that Lord Acton said, and we quote it so often, that power tends to corrupt, and absolute power corrupts absolutely. And I think the problem with Putin is that there are no guardrails, there are no restraints. And that's why things that are beyond the pale, he's engaging in them. And he will continue to engage in them until he's stopped, one way or the other, either by his removal or either by defeat on the battlefront. Defeat on the battlefront, I don't think so. He's not going to be defeated on the battlefront. So there's only one option remaining.
All right, we'll take a break for some messages now. When we come back, we'll talk about this ASU strike, varsity education sinking, stakeholders one. Stay with us.
Every kid is amazing at something. Give them amazing day. Amazing day, instant cereal. Give them amazing day. Same calcium as a glass of milk. For healthy bones and teeth. Excellent source of protein. For daily growth and strength. Calcium, protein, vitamin A, dietary fiber.
Golden Penny Amazing Day Instant Cereal. See that amazing.
Some people go just promise you berekete, but they go only fit give you bear. Some no go fit do past bere. If they too try, some fit struggle give you bereke. But you see glow, they no go just give you berekete. They go even give you berekete plus join safe.
Yes, so when new and existing Glow users enter Glow Bracket Plus Plus, they will begin enjoy 100 Naira MB bonus data on top every first recharge of the month, another 60 MB bonus on top every other recharge of the month, and another 400% call time bonus. And if you be new Glow subscriber encore, now 1,000 Naira bonus credits, then go first take knock you welcome on top all the recharge them. This one pass all four. This one now Bracket Plus Plus. Just dial *777# or activate new Glow SIM. Make yourself fit get joy on top your unlimited value. Waiting for Glow Berekete Plus Plus. Glow, joy unlimited.
I'm living the life because I get Tizeti. Yes, sir.
Nigeria's most affordable internet service provider, Tizeti Network Limited, is now live in Ibadan. Oh yes, Ibadan residents can now enjoy our truly unlimited internet service too. Tizeti prides itself on providing the lowest cost of unlimited internet access to residential and small business customers. You can now browse, stream, and game 24/7 at an amazing speed, and with an uncapped data plan. Connect to Tizeti's fast and limited internet service for just 12,500 Naira only per month. Simply pay 59,500 for installation and enjoy a 1-month subscription for the residential plan. What more? Visit wifi.com.ng/OYO to sign up or call 090-8749-3040, 090-8749-3040, or send email to internet@wifi.com.ng to get started now. Unlimited internet on Yolowa.
There are moments in life when you're just so scared and you feel like just giving up. Oh, but Dino Milk is saying, we know that you can do it. Believe in yourself and then go for it. Go for it. Nourishment, that is your Dino Milk. Oh, yes, Dino Milk. Dino Milk. Drink up your Dino Milk.
Uncle Dentist, wetin be cavities and how Colgate take they protect my teeth from cavities? Shey they use Comfort?
No dear, na hole for teeth they cause most tooth pain will be cavity. But if you use Colgate Maximum Cavity Protection, take brush every day. The confirmed formula could help keep natural calcium inside our teeth. We could protect them from tooth decay.
Time don't reach to upgrade to the world's most chosen toothpaste, Colgate, because Colgate locks calcium in.
Yes, cavities out!
Now, the Nigerian Dental Association, they recommend Colgate.
The time is now to secure your future, to switch to the pension side, to choose a future that allows you to be in the moment and relax. Live your best life now. Switch to Leadway Pension PFA. Enjoy our competitive returns, top-class customer experience, prompt payment, and the peace of mind that comes with a trusted Leadway brand. Leadway Pension PFA. Your future, our passion.
Every kid is amazing at something. Give them amazing day. Amazing day, instant cereal. Give them amazing
Amazing Day instant cereal. Feed their amazing.
Always good to have you back. The Break of Dawn paper review, 32 FM 94.9, Daily and Kenny with you this morning. Let's open the phone lines right about now.
Just before we do that, Kenny, we have just two more stories quickly, Professor Jedokun. It's about the ASU strike. Are you there, Professor Jedokun?
Yes, I am with you.
All right. The ASU strike, and of course, there is a breaking news just about a few minutes ago. It's just breaking in some dailies, and it's about the approval of the federal government to extradite Abba Kyari to the U.S. So that means Abba Kyari has a case to answer in America, and he has cases to answer to in Nigeria. So I don't know if you can take just both stories at the same time, please.
Yes, the Abba Kyari story, I think, is a welcome development. It puts spades to the rumors that the Nigerian government didn't want him to be extradited. I think the course due process should take its place. The charges in America were first, so let him be investigated and let him face the due process of the law. As to the ASU strike, I think again the government has mismanaged the situation. I think for whatever reason, the government is unable to meet the demands of ASU. But I also think for ASU is bent, even bent, I use the word, on strike. I think they don't really have any other weapon or any other choice. And so we have a stalemate. I think the solution is that the government has to revisit its budget. We must invest more in education, and we must respond to the earlier agreements that we've made. Find a way, even if we are going to do it in tranches. From that point of view, we can't continue with the instability of the educational system. It wouldn't work. It just doesn't help us.
All right, 070-55,949, 080-97,949. Those are the numbers to be a part of the conversation this morning. Again, 070-55,949, 080-97,949. Hello, good morning. Hello, good morning.
You have problem in Jubilee. There is a station that has 7 p.m. to this morning, the past 1 week. Please, your engineers, please help us with that. It's only that I listen to your program yesterday night. So about petrol station in Oyo, stations are they are holding it. They are adjust their liter. They are now selling like 250 naira a liter in petrol station in Oyo. When you go to black market, it's between 400 and 750. Federal government is doing its own. We people are doing our own to ourselves. We should please think about development of Nigeria. About this Russia issue, I love the way the prof did it. Russia has shoot himself in the leg. Economically, Russia's economy will be destroyed. Have a nice time.
All right, thank you. We didn't actually get what you mentioned about Jubilee there. All right, but we're still taking more calls. 070-55,949, 080-97,949. Hello, good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Your name, sir?
Hello.
Yeah.
Yeah, good morning. Kingsley Onwuka is my name.
Okay.
I would like to ask the Prof. The Prof said Russia cannot be defeated on the battlefront. And I would like to ask him, can Russia not be defeated if world powers from the western flank join forces to help Ukraine to fight against Russia? Prof, are you saying that Russia cannot be defeated if world powers from the western flank join forces to help Ukraine to fight against Russia? Thank you.
All right, Prof, you heard that.
Well, it's a no-win situation. Russia has nuclear weapons, and the West has nuclear weapons. It's mad. Mutual assurance, assured destruction. Yes. But they can be defeated on the economic field. That's the point I was making. Not on the battlefield, but on the economic field. Because both sides would have a stalemate if they decided to go against each other. That's the point I was trying to make.
On the economic field, Professor Jedokun, it seems that Russians are bearing the brunt right now. The citizens are complaining and they're not finding it easy anymore because they cannot transact with other countries. They are on their own.
Well, this is just the beginning. The inconvenience that Russia will experience in the end is actually going to be quite enormous compared to what they're going through now. And I think the whole idea or the strategy of the West is to apply pressure on Putin, because if his economy becomes unsustainable, then there will be no reason for the people to support Putin. I think that's what they want to do.
Hello, good morning.
Hello.
Hello, good morning, sir.
Yeah, I want to speak. My name is Chris Owole from Ologwel. I want to speak on the Ukraine and Russia. Their analysis said it is because of poverty. That is why they are using volunteers that are wanting to go there by 100. It's not. It's just pain the way Russia is destroying Ukraine and its property. In fact, I will volunteer to go. It's not because I'm poor. I'm not poor, but I wish to go if I have my way. Thank you.
That's all right. Well, we have people that are very concerned about Ukraine. You know, it's just about concern and it's about passion.
They're looking out for world order, if you like.
Yeah, for world order. Yeah. But there are also people that are going there because they have no stake and no real opportunities in Nigeria.
And they believe that at the end of the day, the fight will end and they have that. Ukraine will become their home in no time.
Absolutely.
We have another call there.
Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning.
Morning, sir.
Yes, hello, Doctor, good morning. To me, I believe most of the athletes in Nigeria currently are not accidental. They are intentional. That of fuel we are having, that of education, and when it comes to that of Ukraine and Russia, I think it's not too good for Nigeria to allow what is happening, that our people should be wishing to go. It looks as if Nigeria are recruiting for Ukraine, and I don't think it's the best. It's very unfortunate that the situation we find ourselves, people need to come out clear concerning some things. And I think the government should just discourage it. It's not the best. It will look as if Nigeria is trying to recruit against Russia, which is not the best as a nation. Have a nice day.
All right, thank you. We'll take a break for some messages. When we come back, we take more calls and we wrap up the program.
Every kid is amazing at something. Give them amazing day. Amazing day instant cereal. Give them amazing day. Same calcium as a glass of milk. For healthy bones and teeth. Excellent source of protein. For daily growth and strength. Calcium, protein, vitamin A, dietary fiber.
Golden Penny Amazing Day Instant Cereal. Feed their amazing.
This isn't a fight, alright? It's more like a battle. So you gotta come through from jump. Show them you have too much heart to get bypassed. Cause you and I both know nobody's playing in these streets. See, if you hold back, you lose. If you get cold feet, you freeze. That leaves only one way to go, really. And that's hard. So show up, show out, show yourself, battle for your dream.
Only the best stories from the very best dancers will make it to Glow Battle of the Year Nigeria, the search for Nigeria's unlimited dance talents. Watch the next generation of greats go from the streets to winning mega millions and repping Nigeria on the world stage in Europe on Glow TV from February 2022. Get the Glow TV app at myglowtv.com. Glow Battle of the Year Nigeria. Dance Unlimited.
Iya bọ̀lì àǹtí, iya bọ̀lì ètò, iya bọ̀lì tèmi nìkan ṣoṣo. Má sá mi pa. Wetin you want? Abeg, when you go market, I really need more Maggi chicken. Maggi chicken gangan ni o. Èwo tún ni Maggi chicken gangan? Na the real Maggi chicken. Maggi ẹlẹ́dìyẹ. If you no sabi the difference, make I tell you. Dem write Maggi chicken flavour seasoning on top the bag. Maggi chicken flavour, e dey give food ogbonge taste, colour and aroma wey go totori you. O ṣá mọ̀ pé ní tèmi dùn. O ṣé, ìyá Risi of life. Yes, ke. When asking for seasoning, ask for the real Maggi chicken flavour. Maggi chicken flavour gangan ní kẹ́ bèrè fún. Pẹ̀lú Maggi, ẹ ṣe oúnjẹ tó dá yàtọ̀.
Mom will come and put on the radio set. Don't worry, I'll tell Mommy.
Let me put on my radio set now.
Mommy, please, we want to listen to the Smart Kids show. It comes up Monday to Friday, 7:15 to 7:45 a.m. so we can prepare our minds for schoolwork.
Okay, Smart Kids show. I love it too.
Thank you, Mommy.
Oh yes, 7:15 a.m. to 7:45 a.m. is the time. Mondays through Fridays. Join Auntie Yellow on the Smart Kids Show.
Ǹjẹ́ tí ẹ mọ̀ bí àwọn orin tí ó máa ń tọ́nà àwọn àkókò mánigbàgbé ṣe máa ń dún nínú àwọn sinimá wa? Bàbá kan rìn láàrin ọ̀pọ̀ èèyàn láti fi ọmọ rẹ̀ fọ́kọ. Ẹnìkan ṣe àṣeyọrí tó láàmìlaka. Ó dáná sọ àwọn ohun tí o máa ń gbọ́ pẹ̀lú ìgbàgbọ́ wípé o máa bó ìdánwò yẹn jẹ́ ẹ̀bùn kí àṣeyọrí rẹ̀ tayọ. Ó dàbí ẹni wípé o máa ń dún báyìí.
Gbé ìgbésẹ̀ o, àní gbé ìgbésẹ̀, ẹ gbé ìgbésẹ̀ sẹ́, gbé ìgbésẹ̀.
Ó dùn bí mílíkì dáná o, àbí bẹ́ẹ̀ kọ́? Aládàánù oríṣiríṣi rẹ̀ ló wà láti ṣara lóore ní gbogbo ọ̀nà.
The time is now to secure your future, to switch to the pension side, to choose a future that allows you to be in the moment and relax. Live your best life now. Switch to Leadway Pension PFA. Enjoy our competitive returns, top-class customer experience, prompt payment, and the peace of mind that comes with a trusted Leadway brand. Leadway Pension PFA. Your future, our passion.
Every kid is amazing at something. Give them amazing day. Amazing day instant cereal. Give them amazing day. Same calcium as a glass of milk. For healthy bones and teeth. Excellent source of protein. For daily growth and strength. Calcium, protein, vitamin A, dietary fiber.
Golden Penny Amazing Day Instant Cereal. Feed their amazing.
You're listening to 32 FM 94.9.
All right, so welcome back. This is the last lap of the show, and we're still taking some calls. And there is a part of the headlines, this one that we didn't take, and it's about an allegation by Norgay against some governors that they are planning to scuttle council's autonomy, which the National Assembly is trying to rearrange and reconstitute. Professor Jadoko, I'm not sure. Have you seen that story? It's just a new story. It came around. It came earlier this morning, and one of the governors that was fingered against that move is Governor Kayode Fayemi of Ekiti State.
Yes, I haven't seen it, but you know, the politics of Nigeria is such that the local government resources and finances have always been a pocket money, you know, money which the state governments dip into, take as will, and many instances deny the local government from. A full autonomy of local governments will stop that. And it will stop the governors and the state government from pickpocketing, if I may use that word, or taking money which belongs to the various local governments. So I'm not surprised there's a pushback. But I think if we are going to get more development at the local level, at the levels which are closer to you and I, local governments must be autonomous and must be allowed to spread their wings and develop on their own without undue interference from respective state governments.
But yesterday, President of Norgay, Akim Ambali, commended the National Assembly for towing the path of honor to vote in favor of council's autonomy. Now that some governors have been alleged to be moving and politicking against that autonomy, what happens? Are we not coming back to square one? And when some of these governors, if eventually it's proven that they don't want the autonomy, then how do we rely on them? How reliable could they be?
Well, first and foremost, why it's significant that the governors are intervening is that we require all 2/3 of the state's houses of assembly to ratify this amendment that has been put forward. And so if the governors are pushing back, if there's a pushback from the governors, it means that they are trying to influence their respective houses of assembly, which some will suggest are in their pockets. Of course, it would be unfortunate if that's the position of the governors, and it will reinforce the understanding of some people that the governors are there for themselves and that they're not there for the people. I hope, you know, that it will be defeated, this pushback by the governors, and that sane reasoning will prevail.
Hello, good morning.
Tayo, I want to use this avenue to appreciate our house for what they did yesterday. The bills, the autonomy of local governments, threw away that of pension and gratuity for so many things they did yesterday. We want to appreciate them because we have always been the one condemning them. And I think if the governors think they don't really like it, let them go to court. Or the local government, if the governors want to oppress the local government, let them go to court. Have a nice day.
All right, thank you. The numbers to call again 070 55949, 080 97949. You can take maybe 2 or 3 more calls before we wrap up on the show this morning.
All right, we do have some messages on Facebook. Basharun Abiola says, good morning to you, Daily Kenny, and Dr. Ojedoku from London. God bless you all. Janiko also says, good morning. Femi Olafare Peter says, good morning. Omar Basharun says, honestly, Nigeria's problem doesn't start within 24 hours and can be solved within 24 hours. I want people to understand that the restructuring we're clamoring for has just started, and it's a gradual process. It can be done within 24 hours. I'm appealing to the present administration, I believe. Okay, I lost that one there. He says, I'm appealing to Nigerians to be patient and keep on praying. Nigeria is moving towards promise. That goes on there. Also, Olawale Nurudun says, propaganda is the biggest problem of democracy. With propaganda and bad performing governor, okay, I think this is something that...
That's another propaganda.
Yeah, another propaganda.
Because he actually mentioned Sheyi Makinde as a non-performing governor. Do you agree with that? Do you agree with that, Professor Ojedoku? You know, there was a time you were labeled a PDP governor, a PDP apologist too.
No, I'm not apologist for anybody. Yeah, Sheyi Makinde has made great strides. He may be politically naive, but when it comes to performance, it's quite evident that he's performing. I think got everything right. In 4 years, you can get everything right. There's some things he hasn't got right. But I say the young man has done well. And anybody that disputes that should come up with their evidence,
All right, I think we have to take our leave at the moment. It's coming up to 30 minutes past 7. Thank you, Professor Ojedoku, for being part of the program again today. Thank you. All right, the program returns tomorrow morning at 6:30, and the next program is Smart Kids Show with INT'L. My name is Delia Deyoju. Thank you for your time with us.
My name is Kenny Durochulu. Have a pleasant day.